Today we're going to break down exactly how Yuki Yoza throws those calf kicks, because let me tell you, they are absolutely brutal, and he's doing a couple things a little different than most other people. Only 2 days left to get early bird pricing on my upcoming Strike Ready movement course, where we focus on footwork, balance, and range. All super important aspects of defense, offense, and takedowns. You need to have the footwork completely dialed in to be a super high level fighter. I'm gonna help you do that with this course. 5 weeks, 3 live calls, and 25 plus videos. Now let's jump in to Yuki Yoza's calf kick. I've recently discovered this guy, and one of the most intriguing things about him for me is the fact that he can switch stances, and from either stance, he is throwing the calf kick. And not always leading with the calf kick, but using it as a counter. But I've noted that when he does this calf kick, he's doing things a little different. Maybe different than you would think of somebody who's a great calf kicker like Adesanya. You'll see Adesanya standing out here, and he's boom, and he's doing it like that. Yuki Yoza's is very different, but very, very effective. The very first thing that you're going to note when Yoza throws this, and he actually directs us, is no pivot. He says absolutely no pivot. Now, what does a pivot naturally do for us very often? Well, number one, it's going to close distance, right? If I'm standing back here and I pivot, I can make contact. If I don't pivot, I can't make contact. But he's saying no pivot, which means he's doing this at a closer distance, which very much makes sense with him throwing the calf kick as a counter, because he lets the other people come to him, and then once they get into striking range, he's just throwing. He's doing it right from there. So if you are throwing the calf kick, play around with the idea that we don't actually have to pivot every time. And I've noticed myself that trying to get really low on the calf kick is more difficult when you go with the pivot, because you have to bend. It feels like you really have to bend that knee to get down there. Whereas when you stay like this, you can just throw directly into it. So not executing that pivot might be something which is very beneficial. The next thing which he says absolutely not to do is to swing your arm. Now, normally when we come high, middle, or even low kick, we swing our arm down. Extra power. He says, no, no. Hands stay right here. Right here, throw the kick. And he's not rotating the shoulders. He's not getting a whole bunch of body movement. He's staying right there with no pivot, hands staying high, and completely protecting himself. And he goes even a step further on the protection to say, as you throw that low kick, your chin drops down. And I like that because it really compacts everything, makes the striking surface that much smaller, which means as you're executing, it's very unlikely that somebody is going to catch anything which is actually going to damage you. So zero swing of the arm, little chin tuck at the same time with no pivot, and we're getting our kick much closer to the way he executes it. Now, one of the most interesting things when it comes to throwing any technique is what is the striking surface? And many people just go, oh, okay, we're kicking the thigh, we're hitting the body, and they don't get down to specific regions within those massive targets. Yuki Yoza shows us this is a big striking surface, but where are we going? He's saying right in the middle there. And I'm guessing, this is just a guess on my part because everything he's saying is in Japanese, but I'm guessing there's the most muscle there. And when there's the most muscle, I feel like you're gonna really damage that area. Whereas you get down more to here, you're hitting bone. But when you hit that muscle, and I've been struck there before, right in this zone, the bruising can get so nasty. So maybe that's why he's saying midsection of the calf, but he was very particular about that, pointing out midsection, 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 finding it right in there. That looks like it's his sweet spot, and probably somewhere where he can very easily reach, and doesn't have to go too low and coming too high. What does coming too high do? Well, if the person goes like this, and they start getting any little check off, you're gonna catch knee. But if they come like this and you hit them down here, you're gonna catch the front. And sometimes, yes, you will catch shin, but sometimes you'll wrap around and you'll still get the calf. because on me at least, the shin is only on this side of the leg, but all of this over here, that's all calf muscle. So aiming down a little lower than the knee seems like a safe bet to me. Those are the main things that I glean from watching his YouTube video on calf kicks, but when we watch him in general, the biggest thing for me out of anything else is the fact he uses this as a counter. Show me another fighter that uses the calf kick as frequently as him as a counter. Adesanya, he's out here, he's tossing it in from distance, he leads. Okay, guys like Justin Gaethje, sometimes they'll have somebody miss or something and then they'll throw, but very rarely taking the shots and throwing. And Yuki Yoza, he's blocking kicks and hitting the calf. He's blocking headshots and hitting the calf. Countering, countering, countering. It doesn't seem to matter what somebody does. If you throw the round kick and you're already in a pivot position, he's still coming in and he's just crashing right into the front of the calf as opposed to the side or more so around the back. Brutal dude to fight, because you must know that when you leave, your legs are going to be so sore. And let's be real, you can condition this very well, but trying to condition down here, it's a difficult task, one I've tried to do and just decided, you know what? I'm gonna turn into the calf kicks and avoid them and hope that I get out of the fight without taking too much damage. That's pretty much it. Thanks for joining, guys. I'll see you back here very soon.